apologize for that. We're not going to just stick with Walu, but over the next coming months we're just going to show you a few things that we're doing and try to talk through things. Nothing special, just some ideas. Maybe you'll gain something from it, maybe you won't, but we have a good time, and we're moving in directions that I feel like are correct directions. Sometimes we get off the path, we get back on sooner or later. Nothing perfect, nothing to write home about, but just something to think about. George is here again, and we're doing from a grab, which probably you won't be able to see as much over there, but George is grabbing here. We'll do it just like this for now. First thing you're doing, understanding that we just passed 1,000 other things, is pinning here, getting this position. Okay, so when George grabs to here. Now, I think the key to this is that what my body does, if I say everything needs to work with my Tantian, or everything has to do with my internal mechanism, and now George is here, if I don't have a connection to his center that's going to affect his body, it doesn't matter really how strong this energy is, because it gives him some slack to work with, and if he has some slack to work with, then he can catch up and perhaps get me in a position that I won't be able to recover from. So, to here, you don't want to have any slack. Now the next thing is not anything particularly graceful, or it's not like Ogoshi or anything, but you're just dropping down, continuing this energy. I want to be the little wheel, and I want him to be the big wheel. So when I turn, he goes over. Sorry, George. If I have to go, then I have to go that way. From here, now, if he puts his hand on the back of my hip, then he can break it and block this, you see. So, that's a problem too. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright, that's it for that. Did George flop over nice?
Yeah, it did.
Okay?
Yeah.
Here's something that I'm thinking about that you should think about as well. When he does this, what is to keep him from just choking me out right here? I've basically given him my back. So everything depends on the amount of energy I'm getting, the direction of energy that I'm getting, and George's commitment to me, plus whatever energy package he brings with him, his experience and whatever. Okay? So what you want to do, and I did a different energy, and I'll show you that in a minute. I didn't do this one because I really don't feel it's as good as what I'm going to show you. But to keep him from choking me out, I need to make sure that I have the elbow up, this arm pinned, and I don't have any slack. If I have slack here, he's going to come up here, and he's multiplied my troubles. But now there's no slack. What my body does, George's body does, whether it's this way or this way. Now, two things, and we'll go on to something else. This energy is more of the water energy from Xingyi, and it feels pretty good here, in my opinion. So, coming up with this. The second thing is this, which is shoulder, what is that, shoulder blast? Anyway, it's in Walu. So when he comes, same energy in that shoulder move. So here, okay, that's it.
Yes.
Okay, now this one, it's easy here. I can say punch with such and such. I remember that when working with Master Casey in Atlanta, I don't recall a lot of when he would say punch with the right hand or punch with the left hand. He generally, in my recollection, would just say, okay, attack or something like that. And if the energy was there, he would do what he wanted to do. If it wasn't like he wanted it, he wouldn't try to force anything. He would just do something else. So when he comes at my face, this is coming up. Now obviously this exposes a lot, but that's not, we're taking for granted. Okay, there's this, I know this hand is here, but depending on his degree of commitment as to what I can do with this. It just depends on what the attacker gives you. If I go running after finding something, then we're really just kind of like in a place where neither one of us has a raining projection. But he chooses because he really wants to go for this. Now, this arm from here, so I've got myself out of this immediate danger. Now, I understand if he was a good boxer, he would fold and then come on in with whatever, but there's a lot of what ifs. You can always talk about what ifs. So when he comes here, this arm comes to here. Now there's some special meaning to this that I don't want to go into right now. But a very simple thing to do that we worked on in Asheville, North Carolina with Dr. Tim Gahagan was the next move was just a low kick. You got the legs, Richard?
Yes.
Okay. And then from there you finish up with however you want to wrap them up. And that's a nice thing. So here, here, here. Now, he's not going to be standing around long, you can bet on it. If he can, he'll come around behind me. He will get out of that by moving his elbow. Slow. When he comes, when I'm here, there you go. Now, as long as I'm in comfortable position, we're not doing like this, stand up. We're not, we're not going back and forth seeing who can arm wrestle the other one. But as long as I don't have a lot of slack, then what my center does and what his body does is going to be pretty much close. From this position, then there he goes. Okay?
Okay, it's recorded.
Okay, we're just talking about a lot of people watch our videos and we appreciate it. We get some input. Most of you that are very good are too polite to really say what you'd like to, and we appreciate that as well. We're going to do a couple of things. What I've been showing with this video has been some old S.A.S.G stuff. The reason I'm showing it now is because in my heart of hearts, unless somebody really wants it, we probably won't do it again. So we'll let somebody else follow this trail down. If someone says, well, we want to do S.A.S.G, we'll do it. But other than that, there's other things we need to work on that demand a lot of time. This is just more of the dog and pony show that we like sometimes. But we do this from a handshake, but I don't like it. So I'll show it to you from a handshake, and then I'll show you how more than likely you can work with it in another energy thing. So you're here. This has to be, take the slack out. Okay, well, now many people at that point have said, why didn't you just nail him in the ribs, take him here, throw him that kind of way? Well, okay, yeah, that's a lot of stuff too. But for what we're doing now, I take and I get in my position. Come around here and pull his neck back like I'm going to do a knife stab or whatever if I were doing knife tonight. Here, get deep in on him, and that's going to be your throw. And then you can say something like, no, I don't want another copy of the Watchtower, okay? But sorry for any of you what Jehovah's Witnesses out there. He punches, same thing, come from here. All right. I know the guy can bend and hit me. I know he's got two arms, he can do a combination. He can throw and then kick. Ooh, don't want that to happen, do we? So we're going to go here. Here. Now, in this position, and I don't care if he flops or he goes over nice and pretty. That's not the point, is it? The point is, he's going to land on the ground in a confused way. So, somehow or the other, I get out of the way of that first attack. We know what can happen, right? We weren't born yesterday. But as soon as I can, take the slack out of the arm and go back here. Now, dipping through to here. Now I'm taking the pressure off of George's neck so I can throw him without putting a strain on his neck. And that's it.